No way.
I have no financial experience at all.
That really is you.
If they're not a CFP pro, you just don't know. Find a certified financial planner professional who's thoroughly vetted at letsmakeaplan.org. CFP, work with the highest standard.
Currently in our area, 53 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy skies, slight chance of a rain shower. High 59, winds light and variable. Tonight, cloudy with periods. Monday, cloudy with morning rain. High 63, chance of rain 80%. Rainfall around 1/4 inch. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back into Weekend Recharge. I want to update you on the latest, including tornado warnings right now in Louisiana.
Yeah, we've got a new one here in the southern portion of Louisiana. Also, we're watching the Shreveport area as well as tornado warning back into Texas. Storms moving toward you could mean a tornado moving right along the border. But look at this one in St. Martin parishes here. It's been updated now as these thunderstorms move off toward the northeast.
All right, Cecilia Henderson, you should be seeking shelter immediately right now. That warning out until 10:30 Central Time. It is riding right along and just to the north of I-10. Has had a history of producing large hail, half-dollar size hail. That is definitely enough to do some damage, along with that gusty wind. So keeping an eye on some of these areas. If you are in that warned spot, again, we can't emphasize enough, now's the time to seek shelter.
Atchafalaya, this is time to get to the lowest level of your home, away from windows, get the whole family together, and get them situated here in your safe place. You might want to do that too back into portions of Texas.
Yeah, it has been active already this morning. Along with that, the severe thunderstorm warnings in yellow, the red, the tornado warning, this for Panola and Shelby County. This is in Center, Tenaha, and Timpson. Till 10:30 Central Time, damaging winds. This is moving very quickly, by the way, to the north at 45 miles per hour. Yeah,
don't trifle with this here around the Carthage area. This is an area to watch for the next several minutes here for the possibility of seeing that tornado move through. Here's by Carthage by 10:25 here, so you got a little bit of time. Get to your safe place and stay there until these thunderstorms have passed.
And I also want to point out too that right now these are south of I-20, but in the next hour or so they may be overtaking that part of the interstate. Right. So you want to, if you know anybody out on those roadways or you're thinking about heading out, this is not a good time. You have to sit tight. Look at all the lightning too, Nick. We've been talking about some of the lightning strikes and the frequency here. There's a lot.
This has been tough for travelers, obviously, here along I-20, I-45. I-35 is basically encompassed with thunderstorms from south of San Antonio northward to the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
All right, so we do a count in the last 15 minutes, more than 4,300 lightning strikes in that boxed area. Wow. So it is rocking and rolling right now. Even into Dallas, outside of that main immediate severe threat right now, we've had some problems at the airport. Those delays have eased a bit, but as you can see, that's going to be something that is going to be an issue through the day today.
Hey, we got the hail size on here now, and look at the hail that we see back toward the southwest of the Austin area, and numerous hail reports on Doppler radar coming in here in eastern Texas.
And you see that one storm that moved close towards Lafayette. That's the one that produced the hail that could be 2 to 3 inches in diameter.
We've got you can even see the cold front and the warm front on here as well. Look at that. And as that cold front continues to slice eastward across I-35, you're going to see lots of thunderstorms. There's the warm front. As that moves northward, we're going to see heavy rainfall, more severe weather possibilities here for the next several hours.
That's right. And as that warm front moves to the north, you have another, you're just increasing the area with the potential for more big thunderstorms to develop. This has been a concern for us too, as you mentioned, encompassing the I-35 corridor right around Austin and Bastrop, Travis, and Williamson counties. You're under a severe thunderstorm warning till 10:30 Central Time. Right on the northern edge, you have Killeen, you have Austin in it, but it's been producing heavy rain all along its way.
Look at the accumulation, the estimated accumulation there in some areas over 3 inches of rainfall. No wonder that we could have flash flood watches up for the region. We could see water over roadways. Remember the adage today, turn around, don't drown. Find a way around those flooded roadways for sure.
Better yet, sit tight. We know that offices of emergency management, first responders, we want to keep them safe as well. Don't put them in danger by putting yourself in danger. So we'll continue to push that message through the day today. But also Burnett, Travis, again, Williamson County, Cedar Park, Georgetown, Round Rock. If you're in these areas, 10:45 Central Time, that's where we have that warning out until. But we also have the possibility of those heavy rain as those storms roll on through. But again, it's not just right now. It's not even just into this afternoon, Nick.
No, we're talking about tonight, too. The threat is ongoing here. In some places that have already been pounded, could see more. Look at that line moving through the I-35 corridor, eastern Texas, up into Arkansas, northern Louisiana. We'll still see that threat there. We've actually got, sort of 2 areas of threat that are going to be coming together, converging to provide more thunderstorms in that area. But we can't rule out the possibility, too, of more rainfall back out here into West Texas. It's already seen more than their share.
That's right. I want you to keep an eye on the clock, too, and your spot on the map, because even after the sun goes down, look at how active this future radar still has these areas into Louisiana, northern Mississippi. We are really concerned about that overnight tornado threat. So for us, we want to really emphasize, have a way to get warning, something that's going to wake you up later today. And everything's coming together. There's very little off the table here as far as ingredients. So we call it SLIM, shear, lift, instability, moisture, and everything is on the high category. So there really is nothing that is lacking here.
We're going to have a lot of instability in the atmosphere, and that is going to allow these thunderstorms to continue to build through the afternoon and into the evening, too.
All right, one of the key ingredients when you're looking at the potential for tornadoes, we call it helicity. It's another word for low-level rotation. So what's happening with the inflow for these big thunderstorms? Is that rotating? That's the low-level rotation. And you can see in these areas that we have the active weather already, it's going to continue to support big thunderstorms capable of producing tornadoes.
That's why we have torcons that are fairly high here in eastern Texas. It's a 6 in 10 chance of seeing a tornado within a 50-mile radius there, and also a 6 for northern Louisiana.
And that has been upped, I believe, from a 5 earlier.
Yeah, it has.
So we're starting to see some things come together here. Much of Mississippi, we have a 5 out of 10 on the torcon. Again, a 50-mile radius, 50% chance of seeing a tornado. For here, this is an evening and late night, early morning threat for parts of Mississippi.
So a lot of these areas that haven't really thought, if you haven't really thought about, okay, where am I going to go in case there's a tornado warning, you need to be thinking about that and sharing that with the rest of your family right now in advance of these thunderstorms.
That is so important. Ask the kids, do they know? And kind of test them.
Right.
All right, so into tonight, it's not just that tornado threat, overall a threat for damaging winds all the way from Texas into Mississippi.
So we're talking about more hail, damaging winds, and a tornado threat tonight and into tomorrow. We'll share with you the places that we're watching even into your work week coming up.
What's the best way to get 2 servings of veggies, V8, or a fancy juice store? Ready? Go.
Hi, Juice Universe. 1 large rutabaga with eggplant.
Done.
That's not fair.
Glad I had a V8.
The original way to fuel your day.
No, I can't have happen what happened last time. No, it's not working.
Here's my card. I'm sure you know your profits are down 8%, so just let me know if you want to change that.
No matter how the markets change, at T. Rowe Price, our disciplined approach remains. Global markets may be uncertain, but you can feel confident in our investment experience around the world. Call us or your advisor. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
You don't let anything keep you sidelined. That's why you drink Ensure with 9 grams of protein and 26 vitamins and minerals. For the strength and energy to get back to doing what you love. Ensure. Always be you.
At our Joseph A. Bank one-day sale, save up to 70% on almost everything, with all signature premium wool suits $199, all dress shirts and sports shirts, including Traveler, 2 for $79, and Traveler casual twill pants, just $49. The one-day sale, only at Joseph A. Bank.
It's time for Buy One, Take One, starting at $12.99 at Olive Garden. Come for an irresistible meal here and leave with a great meal, too. So you can enjoy family time one more time. Buy one, take one, only for a limited time at Olive Garden.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others. Let others do
truck with the strength to keep the faith. Ram, America's longest lasting pickups.
Now get 0% financing or an average $11,506 in total values on the 2017 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
Constipated? Trust #1 doctor recommended Dulcolax. Use Dulcolax tablets for gentle, dependable relief, suppositories for relief in minutes, and Dulcoes for comfortable relief of hard stools. Dulcolax, designed for dependable relief.
Well, I love it. This piece is so you.
I know, right? I saw it and I was just like, oh, I have to have it.
Is it suede?
Suede. Love suede.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Well, I love it. This piece is so you. I know, right? I saw it and I was like, have to have it. Is it suede? It's suede. I love suede.
That's why we're there with renter's insurance when things go wrong, but also here with a rewards credit card to help life go right. State Farm.
What makes me a weather geek? The fact that I love the weather, especially when it's hitting me on the side of the face.
I'm gonna ride this one out, guys.
Be one of the thousands of weather geeks out there at WeLoveWeather.tv. Currently in our area, 54 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy skies, slight chance of a rain shower. High 59, winds light and variable. Tonight, cloudy with periods of rain. Low 51, chance of rain 70%. Rainfall around 1/4 inch. Monday, cloudy with morning rain. High 63, chance of rain 80%. Rainfall around 1/4 inch. Here's our 7-day outlook.
It's amazing out there to me means, just the beauty of what is around us. A beautiful sunrise, waves crashing on the beach, enjoying that first snowfall of the season, watching a tornado spin in the plains of Oklahoma. To me, that's what it's amazing out there is.
10 minutes past the hour, we continue to track not only severe weather happening right now, but the potential through the rest of the day. You're looking at 4 places, including Houston into Dallas, that could be quite stormy. Torcons of 6 generally east of the I-45 corridor in Texas up to Shreveport into Louisiana. In addition to tornadoes, we have severe thunderstorm threat. That's going to bring a risk of damaging winds, flash flooding, heavy rainfall, hail, and a lot of lightning. So let's give you a quick overall picture of some of the active weather right now, including severe thunderstorm warnings. Those are the areas boxed in yellow. The red, the tornado warnings, including those near Lafayette into Texas, southwest of Shreveport. That warning out for you. Panola and Shelby counties, Gary City into Timpson out until 10:30 Central Time. Some rotation indicated here. Moving up towards the I-20 area. So be on alert if you're on the interstate here. North of I-10 to the east of Lafayette, St. Landry and St. Martin County. Your tornado warning continues until 10:30 Central Time. Has had a history of producing large hail, a dangerous storm there. Also moving into and just about ready to clear Austin here. Some heavy rainfall and that severe thunderstorm warning for Bastrop, Travis, and Williamson County here too. A ton of lightning, very heavy rainfall. These are moving right along south and north along I-35. It's not just right now, Nick. We are watching how this will all progress into the rest of today.
Yeah, that threat goes on, not only for tornadoes, but also damaging wind, hail, and heavy rainfall that could cause flash flooding. It's a huge area across the Lone Star State and eastward, too, into portions of Louisiana and even into Mississippi as well. A lot of big cities in this, from Dallas and San Antonio to Houston and Corpus Christi, all the way to Little Rock and into Jackson, Mississippi, and New Orleans, too. Watch the timeline here, all right? As the future radar indicates where this line of thunderstorms is going to be moving, and all all of these thunderstorms here in eastern Texas continue to push eastward as well. It's all going to be moving up into northeastern Texas, into Arkansas, into Louisiana, and we'll still have that threat with the upper level low all the way back toward West Texas with more heavy rainfall and perhaps some thunderstorms too coming very, very close to the Dallas-Fort Worth area by the time we get into tonight. But we'll be watching tonight, actually this afternoon into tonight, for a tornado threat. It's a high one, 6 in 10 chance here into eastern Texas. We've already seen the warnings pop up. We're likely to see more here during the day. Northern Louisiana, also a 6, a 60% chance of a tornado in that region, and then into portions of Mississippi, much of Mississippi, under a 5. A 5 Torcon means a 50% chance within a 50-mile radius of seeing a tornado. And even if you don't have a tornado, you're likely to see that possibility of a damaging wind threat over a huge area here from central Texas into Louisiana, into portions of Mississippi. Again, such a widespread area that could see those damaging winds. We'll be watching for that threat. So, don't just go inside for tornado warnings. Severe thunderstorm warnings, don't trifle with them. They could have a lot of hail with them as well. And we've already seen in portions of Louisiana at least half-dollar size hail from thunderstorms near the Lafayette area. From College Station on into northern areas of Louisiana, 1 inch and greater hail is a possibility. And this threat goes on beyond this time period too, Maria.
Absolutely. You have a hint there of that flood threat too, that heavy rain moving in. Well, cities like Atlanta sitting at 66, gorgeous right now, but those storms Monday into Tuesday, including the threat for severe weather, tornadoes, damaging winds, and hail in some of these spots across the south. So let's get you prepared for that. A look at Monday. Torcon of 4 in Atlanta. Afternoon time frame here for Montgomery. Afternoon time frame, you're up to a 5 out of 10 on the Torcon. And New Orleans, this has us concerned because that overnight risk is going to move into the morning hours for you, a 4 out of 10 on the Torcon. We have all the ingredients still very much in place. A lot of low-level moisture. You have the triggers, the cold front, the warm front out ahead of it, and in between those strong southerly winds, those low-level winds, very strong. At the mid-levels, interesting feature here where you see some of those winds spreading out. Dr. Forbes has a great way to think of it. If you have your hands in a tub and they move and spread the water out, well, water from underneath comes up to replace it. So it's another way to lift air from the surface on up. That grows big thunderstorms, supports big thunderstorms. So timing it out again, find your spot on the map. 10 a.m. moving through Birmingham up towards Mobile, in through Nashville with some heavy rain. By midday, the lunch hour, it is Atlanta. Not yet in Macon and Tallahassee for you, we think by the evening hours. And then look at Charlotte into portions of South Carolina, evening to the late night for tomorrow.
Love.
I got it. I got you, baby.
It's being there when you're needed most. Love is knowing
It's the one.
it was meant to be. And love always keeps you safe.
We're fine.
Love is why we built a car you can trust, now and for a long time to come. The all-new Subaru Impreza sedan and 5-door. A car you can love, no matter what road you're on. The Subaru Impreza. More than a car, it's a Subaru.
Introducing Cologuard.
I'm here for an important reason. Colon cancer screening. If you're age 50 or older and at average risk, Cologuard finds cancer and precancer. And it's a non-invasive test you can use at home. In fact, I'm as easy as get, go, gone. How do you get me? Your doctor orders me, and I'm delivered directly to your doorstep. There's no need for time off or special prep because I use the DNA in your stool to find colon cancer. Then you just go. I mean, collect your sample. Then I'm gone. Just ship me to the lab. Gotta go.
Cologuard is intended for individuals at average risk for colon cancer. Cologuard is not for high-risk individuals, including those with a history of colon cancer or polyps, IBD, certain hereditary cancer syndromes, or a family history of colon cancer. Cologuard, colon cancer screening that's as easy as get, go, gone. Ask your doctor if Cologuard is right for you.
About now.
Hawk said Vigo.
Real chocolate chips. Quaker Chewy. Break out the good.
It's amazing out there to me means, you know, just the beauty of what is around us. You know, a beautiful sunrise, waves crashing on the beach, enjoying that first snowfall of the season, watching a tornado spin in the plains of Oklahoma. To me, that's what it's amazing out there is.
I feel tired all the time.
It can be tough to concentrate, and I have this need to nap, but a nap only buys me a couple of hours.
It's really not something I can control.
If you feel tired all the time, it could be narcolepsy. Other common symptoms include weakening of muscles with emotions like laughter, poor quality sleep, vivid dreams, or feeling unable to move or speak when falling asleep or waking up. If you experience any of these regularly, don't wait. Narcolepsy can be tough to spot, but there is help. Talk to a sleep specialist.
Introducing new Control GX for men, the first shampoo with a brain. What makes it so smart? It reduces gray the same way it grows in, gradually. The more you shampoo with Control GX, the less gray you have. Just use it until you like what you see. How smart is that? Gradually reduce gray with Control GX from Just for Men, the first shampoo with a brain.
What makes me a weather geek? The fact that I love the weather, especially when it's hit me in the side of the face.
I'm gonna ride this one out, guys.
Spock said CBHOBC.
There at WeLoveWeather.tv. Currently in our area, 53 degrees under cloudy skies.
Spock said eat your veggies.
Today, cloudy skies, slight chance of a rain shower. High 59, winds light and variable. Tonight, rain, low 51, chance of rain 70%, rainfall around 1/4 inch. Monday, cloudy with morning rain, high 63, chance of rain 80%, rainfall around 1/4 inch. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Spock said to Steven likes Subway.
Right now, we have raised the Torcons for some areas, including into College Station and Shreveport, up to 8 right now on the Torcon. Timing today, early afternoon for College Station. Shreveport, Louisiana for this afternoon, and Jackson also raised to a 7 for the overnight period.
So pretty obvious you need to have your preparations in place and have your safe place in mind of where to go once you get those tornado warnings, and it's more likely than not that you're going to have some tornado warnings very close to these cities.
And so important to have that plan now while you can make it, and make sure that the kids, the whole family knows what to do so that you can act immediately. Already tracking severe thunderstorms across Texas and Louisiana this morning. Let's take you now to this tornado warning. This has been one that came through Lafayette with large hail. Now St. Landry and St. Martin parishes still in that warned area until 10:45 Central Time.
If you haven't acted yet, you need to act right now to get to your safe place. Not only there, but also back toward northeastern Texas. Look around Carthage, Pomola, Gary City. You need to be Pomola County and Gary City. This is where you need to make sure that you are in your safe place. And look at Shreveport as thunderstorms come into Bossier, Caddo, and Red River parishes. You're under warnings for the possibility of some damaging winds, hail, and obviously lots of lightning coming in.
All right, just about ready to be right on top of I-20 as well. All right, want to make sure you also know the difference between a watch and a warning. And in the case of a tornado, a watch means conditions are favorable for development of a tornado. That's a watch out, heads up.
Yeah, and so that gives you time to prepare. So, you know, under that watch there in portions of central Texas, you need to be continuing to prepare, but you need to be acting right now in those tornado warnings, because that means a tornado is imminent or occurring.
An important distinction here as we go through the next few hours. So obviously we have both happening right now in that tornado watch for parts of central Texas through 1 o'clock. But for many, that threat will exist at the worst possible time in the overnight and early morning hours.
Yeah, Stephanie Abrams looks at why the time to plan is now.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
They are terrifying even in broad daylight. But when a tornado hits in the middle of the night, there's little time to think, let alone feel anything. Harrisburg, Illinois is a perfect example. A tornado struck in the early morning hours on February 29, 2012, killing 8.
Of course, we were sleeping, thinking, okay, we got to get up in the morning and go to work.
Alice Retzloff and her family survived thanks to her daughter. She had stayed up all night following the radar and warnings on TV.
She came in about 4:30 and said, okay, we got to get in the basement. It's headed for us.
Remaining vigilant overnight is the best way to stay safe. You can't rely on a tornado siren to jar you from sleep. Keep in mind, there is no national requirement for tornado sirens, and many areas don't have them. Being ready for this next severe system is critical, so go over your family's weather plan now. If you don't have a basement, be sure to seek shelter in a small, windowless, first-floor interior room like a closet or a bathroom.
Great advice as we head through the morning and even through the rest of the day and tonight.
A lot to keep in mind, but so important, especially when you're looking at numbers like this. 8 out of 10 on the Torcon for eastern Texas. This is today and into tonight.
Haven't seen numbers this high in quite a while. It's also an 8 for northern Louisiana. Already we've seen tornado warnings in Louisiana. We're going to see more as the day goes by.
Right, it's going to be an active area through tonight. Also into Mississippi, much of Mississippi, in fact. Now a 7 out of 10 on the Torcon, so a 70% chance within a 50-mile radius seeing a tornado. And time-wise for Mississippi especially looks to be at night.
Look at the timing here on the future radar. This is one model's depiction of what we expect the radar to look like during these times. As we head into tonight, we'll be watching areas from Jackson, Mississippi, northward up toward Tennessee, and then eastward as we get through the nighttime hours.
But you see how much of Mississippi is feeling the storms even through the overnight. We stop it at 5 a.m., not quite in through places like Birmingham to the south of Nashville, but there are going to be a lot of cities where it's going to hit right at the time perhaps you're heading to work, like New Orleans.
Yeah, we've already seen one threat here in southern Louisiana, another threat coming in during the early morning hours. There's 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. That's when you need to be on your guard for the possibility of those tornadic storms.
And the good news is by the afternoon we're clearing out, so those showers and thunderstorms will have moved through. At that point, we're going to be talking about the rest of the area on Monday that could be looking at severe threats, including Macon, Atlanta, Charlotte. We have a lot of areas that need to be on guard for tomorrow afternoon and evening.
Yeah, it's just to give you a heads up. You need to make your plan right now and have that plan in place. Share it with the family and make sure everybody knows where to go, who to call, what to do in case you are in that tornado warning.
And have options too, right? Don't rely on a tornado siren. You want to make sure you have something that wakes you up, and can't emphasize enough. Ask your kids, do they know what the plan is?
Exactly.
A lot of times they'll be able to tell you and reinforce that message.
Hey, searching for a great used car?
I don't want one that's had a big wreck.
Just say, show me cars with no accidents reported. Find the cars you want, avoid the ones you don't. Plus, you get a free Carfax report with every listing.
I like it.
Start your used car search at Carfax.com.
Sometimes, the only difference between a moment that fades from memory and a moment that stays with you forever is where it happens. That's why we're proud to help families like yours live a lifetime of memories on beautiful, healthy lawns. Live like it's spring. Make life better with a beautiful, healthy, True Green lawn.
This is my body of proof.
Proof of less joint pain
and clearer skin.
This is my body of proof that I can take on psoriatic arthritis
with Humira.
Humira works by targeting and helping to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to both joint and skin symptoms. It's proven to help relieve pain, stop further joint damage, and clear skin in many adults. Humira is the #1 prescribed biologic for psoriatic arthritis.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Want more proof? Ask your rheumatologist about Humira.
What's your body of proof?
More doing chores for mom parole? More doing chores for dad parole. more earning something you love per roll. Bounty is more absorbent, so the roll can last 50% longer than the leading ordinary brand. So you get more life per roll. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Need deep, long-lasting pain relief? Try Salonpas Deep Relieving Gel. 3 powerful medicines penetrate and treat pain for up to 8 hours. Need faster relief? Try Salonpas Jet Spray. Works on contact, freezing pain fast. Salonpas.
It's amazing out there to me means, just the beauty of what is around us. A beautiful sunrise, waves crashing on the beach, enjoying that first snowfall of the season, watching a tornado spin in the plains of Oklahoma. To me, that's what It's Amazing Out There is.
Currently in our area, 54 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy skies, slight chance of a rain shower. High 59, winds light and variable. Tonight, rain, low 51, chance of rain 70%. Rainfall around 1/4 inch. Monday, cloudy with morning rain. High 63, chance of rain 80%. Rainfall around 1/4 inch. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Closed captioning brought to you by California Walnuts. What makes this the best simple dinner ever? Great tasting, heart-healthy California walnuts. So simple. Get the recipes at walnuts.org.
All right, welcome back into Weekend Recharge. Nick Walker, Maria LaRosa taking you through what has been already a very busy morning and will absolutely be an active afternoon.
There's already been at least one tornado reported west of the I-35 corridor, and the likelihood of more as we get through the day. A lot of trees down. There's been some damaging winds around the Austin area, and these thunderstorms just continuing to proliferate into northeastern Texas and northern Louisiana.
All right, so we showed you the big picture. Let's now get into details here. Panola County still under that tornado warning. Heads up Carthage, possibility of some damaging winds here. That out until 10:30 Central Time, so just about ready to expire. But you've got this cluster of thunderstorms here right over I-20 near Shreveport.
Yeah, Bienville, Bossier, and Webster Parish is all under these warnings for the damaging wind threat, as well as the large hail threat and the lightning just encompassing the Shreveport area right now. You need to stay inside a sturdy building until this passes.
All right, so just in this particular area, 716 lightning strikes just in the last 15 minutes.
15 minutes time. Then we've got that tornado warning southward here. This is the storm we've been following ever since it was to the west of Lafayette, now moving off toward the northeast. St. Landry and St. Martin parishes under this warning. Look at this. Yeah, there's the rotation signal you see. So there very well could be a tornado with this thunderstorm, and it's moving toward Livonia at 10:42, at Frisco at 10:47, New Roads by 11:06 if this holds up. So all of these areas, you need to be on your guard and making sure that you know where to go when these storms roll your way.
And you see ahead of that storm, the severe thunderstorm warning, doesn't mean that, oh, we're not going to see a tornado. There's still that possibility. The conditions are still favorable. All right, we showed you that warning in St. Landry County here for Melville and Washington, I should say Parish, out until 11:30 Central Time. Again, these have had a history of producing some pretty large hail. That's right, Opelousas just on the western fringe of that storm system, about ready to clear I-49.
Yeah, at least, what was it, half dollar size hail, and maybe larger too. The Doppler radar indicating that we could see hail sizes in the 2-inch range and higher. Oh, look at that, getting near 4 inches here by Doppler radar estimates within that tornado warned area.
So what you're seeing here is part of that storm history, and it has not let up at all in its capability of producing producing some of that large hail. So that is really a huge, that's big enough to do some big time damage, cars, siding, roofs, that sort of thing.
Look at the thunderstorms that have passed through Austin now, prompting warnings here to the east in Williamson County, the city of Thrall. You're under that severe thunderstorm warning, damaging winds and large hail, the biggest threats here.
All right, we also have that heavy rain threat too. We've been talking about some of the flash flood concerns and hearing about some of that high water around the Dallas metro area. We're going to keep an eye on that for sure. And again, some of those thunderstorms south of Austin, while not warned, we want to track them because as they move in, they could easily strengthen. They're moving into a favorable environment, right? So Gonzales in your area at 11:23, Beeville in your area by 12:18.
Yeah, you mentioned the rain. You know, here around the Dallas area, southwest of Fort Worth, we've already had portions of I-20 closed as a result of high water. We could see that east of the Austin area too.
Literally everything's on the table with this severe threat. So again, today into tonight, we've seen a lot of the action in this area, but we'll see it into Jackson, into Little Rock and New Orleans. So this is a nice detailed future radar.
Right,
a couple of things that we'll point out, but this model's trying to pick up some of these more discrete circular spots on the future radar to us that says, okay, supercells, maybe that's where you see the tornado threat.
And look at the focal point as this as the cold front moves eastward, and we also see the warm front move northward. We're going to find lots of thunderstorms into northeastern Texas and on into Louisiana and Arkansas too.
All right, we definitely want to keep an eye on you, Little Rock, and into southern Arkansas. But again, watch the clock. We're already now after the sun's gone down, 11 p.m., and it is still going in through central Louisiana, Alexandria, now pushing into northern Mississippi. So this is why we are really emphasizing have a way to get warnings that wakes you up because this is going to be a nighttime threat.
All of the ingredients are in play today. You know, you get the shear, the lifting, instability, and moisture, all in the high range. SLIM is our acronym there. And boy, I tell you what, the writing's on the wall. As these thunderstorms continue to push eastward, they're moving into an area that really could see them fire up and build even higher.
Yeah, so available energy is kind of a fancy way of looking at what's most unstable. Where can these storms tap into energy that's just going to send them up into the atmosphere and grow really big? So that's one thing we look at. Also the low level rotation, also known as helicity, right? How are those, what's the flow doing into the thunderstorm? That's rotating too, that's helicity, that's on the high side in that darker shade of purple. That's another indication where you go from a supercell to maybe a tornadic supercell.
And that's why we've upped the tornado, the Torcon index here around eastern Texas. An 8 in 10 chance of seeing a tornado. Also an 8 in 10 there in northern Louisiana. Very, very high numbers today.
Again, and this is going to continue into the overnight, so very concerned about this. 7 out of 10 on the Torcon for much of Mississippi. We, again, really want to highlight that risk. Even outside of any confirmed tornado or reported tornado, high risk of damaging winds.
Yeah, so as we get through the afternoon and into the evening hours, even during the overnight hours, we got to watch New Orleans too. You know, this is an area that that will see those thunderstorms coming through probably initially while you're trying to sleep and then waking up and getting ready to go to work. You know, there'll be a lot of lightning with this. It'll be tough to take a shower because, you know, you don't want to do that when there's lightning outside. It can hit the pipes and the electricity can travel inside.
I just want to point out a few things. The Torcon for Houston has been upped as well from a 4 to a 6. And also want to point out Dallas, a 3 out of 10. When you're talking about 8 out of 10 on the Torcon, you're thinking 3, no big deal. But that is not 0. So a good idea to keep an alert going for the Dallas area too.
Good point. And, you know, gusty and damaging winds are going to be a big threat with these thunderstorms. Even if you don't have a tornado, a warned storm means there could be some damaging winds, and it's a widespread area that we could see that.
All right, hail, also a big concern. Big hail reported already today. So especially in that pink, but also into that medium risk from San Antonio all the way to Jackson. This is an area of the country that over the last several weeks has had rounds of rain, including the threat for hail. And so they've been through a lot, another round today.
All right, this session, we've got a new tornado warning here into Louisiana. This for Pointe-à-Coupe Parish. Look out around the Livonia area as we see these thunderstorms come through. There's some rotation with this. There could be a tornado.
And keeping in mind, too, that right now there is not a watch for this area. So this is just an environment that's generally favorable. We got to keep an eye on where these storms pop up. Again, tracking it into the blanks area at 10:42, into the mix area if it holds together at 11:03. This has been a very persistent storm we've been tracking over the last few hours.
We'll keep you updated. Keep it here.
Natural Bliss believes creamers should not be watery. That's why our new coconut milk creamer is deliciously creamy. Made from Sumatran coconuts and irresistible flavor. All natural, just got delicious. New Natural Bliss Coconut Milk Creamer. Stir things up.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others. Let others do for you.
Long live Spirit. And long live the truck with the strength to keep the faith. Ram, America's longest lasting pickups.
Now get 0% financing or an average $11,506 in total values on the 2017 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
Getting food to hungry older Americans cannot stop, and it won't. Hey, these are our parents and our grandparents out there. Let's start talking about how we can really get to the root of the problem.
Hey, we hear you. Fighting hunger doesn't stop here. I'm working with AARP Foundation's Drive to End Hunger team to change the national conversation around hunger, bring experts together, and make programs better than ever. If you don't think we're in this together, when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Learn more at aarp.org/possibilities.
Hit a wall. Right now I need a miracle. Hurry now, I need a miracle. I need you, I need you, I need you right now. Yeah, I need you right now. Don't let me, don't let me, don't let me down. I think I'm losing my mind now. It's in my head, darling, I hope that you'll be here when I need you.
You can lift the weight of caring by doing. Visit statefarmsneighborhoodofgood.com to volunteer in your community.
Just Head & Shoulders. I thought it was just for like dandruff.
New Head & Shoulders cleans, protects, and moisturizes to get up to 100% flake-free and unbelievably beautiful hair. It's not Head & Shoulders. It's the new Head & Shoulders.
Currently in our area, 54 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy skies, slight chance of a rain shower. High 59, winds light and variable. Tonight, rain, low 51, chance of rain 70%, rainfall around 1/4 inch. Monday, cloudy with morning rain, high 63, chance of rain 80%, rainfall around 1/4 inch. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All right, I want to update you right now on Torcons being raised today and into tonight. We are now at an 8 out of 10 for East Central Texas, North and Central Louisiana. That includes a 6 out of 10 for Upper Texas Coast and Southern Louisiana. That includes Houston, by the way, a 6 out of 10. And a 7 out of 10 for Western Mississippi. The time frame really for you all late this evening towards the overnight. So conditions really looking more favorable here for the potential of tornadoes. Tornado watch issued. You have one that includes San Antonio and Austin till 1 o'clock Central Time. But the Storm Prediction Center has just issued another tornado watch. This out until 6 p.m. Central Time. Now includes Central and Northern Louisiana, Eastern Texas, includes the city of Shreveport, where we've had already some active weather, including severe thunderstorms. So we want to make sure that you are aware. Those watches, that's what they're for. Heads up, watch out. Conditions are favorable for severe thunderstorms and tornadoes, winds that could exceed 75 miles per hour and large hail. We've been tracking this very persistent tornado-warned storm that came through Lafayette with large hail. Now in for Point Cupid until 11 a.m. Central Time. It is crossed over I-10. It looks like just about. Oh yeah, it has crossed I-10. Looking at the possibility of some rotation in that storm, but definitely still producing some large hail and heavy rainfall. So let's track this one for you as it moves off to the northeast. Sunlight Church near your area at 10:44, Brooks by your area at 11:09 Central Time, and False River Regional, if it continues on that track there, near your area at 11:09. This is a time where a warned storm, you don't want to wait for it to be right on top of you. You want to seek shelter immediately. Can't emphasize that enough. Interior room, like a hallway or a closet and bathroom, good options for what we're looking at as far as taking shelter and having a plan. Make sure you can act immediately with those warned storms.
Great things to remember as we head through the rest of the day and even into tonight as well. We want to show you the threat area that is really going to be ongoing. It encompasses, as you can see, much of Texas as well as Arkansas, Louisiana, and eastward into Mississippi as well. A lot of folks in this path from Dallas and San Antonio eastward to Corpus Christi, Houston, Little Rock, Jackson, New Orleans as well. This is the area to watch, and we'll be watching the timeline here over the coming hours as one line of thunderstorms that's been moving across the I-35 corridor continues to push eastward, and all of these thunderstorms here in northeastern Texas really don't go very fast, very far, up into northern Louisiana, up into Arkansas as well, and a line extending all the way back down to where the Houston area. So Houston, you know, you've already seen a threat earlier this morning, and then another threat coming in later on in the day. Then as we head through the afternoon hours and into the evening and overnight, we'll be watching more thunderstorms developing here. Lake Charles to Alexandria, up into portions of Tennessee as well. And we'll see during the overnight hours that threat continuing. An 8 in 10 chance here in east central Texas and north central Louisiana. That area here into Louisiana is going to include upper Texas coast and the south Louisiana coast for a 6 in 10 chance of seeing a tornadic storm. Western Mississippi, it's a 7 in 10 chance. And the threat goes on, and we've upped those torcons for tomorrow as well. Maria?
That's right. In areas where you've had just a wall-to-wall spectacular weekend, we really need to get your attention because things are changing tomorrow, Charlotte included. Right now, taking a live look, you've got that sunshine, but we're looking ahead to tomorrow for some strong thunderstorms, especially later in the evening on Monday in cities like Charlotte. But we have some torcons out as well as we get into Monday, so have that that plan in place, even in cities like Atlanta, where we have a 4 out of 10 on the torcon for the afternoon. But New Orleans, your threat coming in the morning hours, a 4 out of 10 on the torcon for you. And Montgomery, it'll be late morning towards the afternoon with a 5 out of 10 on the torcon. That means, oh yes, conditions are still in place even as we get through tomorrow. No surprise, lots of moisture, strong southerly low-level winds helping to keep that supply. But also where you see the winds sort of spread out here, we call that divergence. That is another way, another mechanism to lift the air, keep strong thunderstorms sustained, continue the development. Timing it out, find your spot on the map, keeping an eye on the clock through Birmingham, late morning into Mobile as well. Lunch hour heads up in Atlanta. We'll be right back.
Want to take all your favorite shows to all your favorite places? Do you ever watch shows on the go?
Yes. With Xfinity X1, you can download your favorites from anywhere. On demand, your DVR.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You can even stream top networks and live sports on the go.
I'm sold. I like this. This is awesome.
So how do you feel about DirecTV?
Now I feel like I'm left out now.
Well, come, be included. I'm definitely going to switch.
85% of people prefer Xfinity X1 to their current TV experience. Get a great offer on an X1 triple play from Comcast. Click, call, or visit an Xfinity store today.
When you're close to the people you love, does psoriasis ever get in the way of a touching moment? If you have moderate to severe psoriasis, you can embrace the chance of completely clear skin with Taltz. Taltz is proven to give you a chance at completely clear skin. With Taltz, up to 90% of patients had a significant improvement of their psoriasis plaques. In fact, 4 out of 10 even achieved completely clear skin. Do not use if you are allergic to Taltz. Before starting, you should be checked for tuberculosis. Taltz may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Tell your doctor if you are being treated for an infection or have symptoms, or if you have received a vaccine or plan to. Inflammatory bowel disease can happen with Taltz, including worsening of symptoms. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Now's your chance at completely clear skin. Just ask your doctor about Taltz.
What makes me a weather geek? The fact that I love the weather, especially when it's hit me in the side of the face.
I'm gonna ride this one out, guys.
Be one of the thousands of weather geeks out there at weloveweather.tv.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain or knee pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace or knee brace covered by Medicare at little to absolutely no cost to you.
Call 800-715-5986 right now to see if you qualify.
These professional-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, spinal disorders, stenosis, and other painful back problems. Our medical-grade durable knee braces are designed for those with osteoarthritis and general knee pain and weakness. Our accredited staff will handle all of the Medicare paperwork, and best of all, your brace is shipped directly to your home for free. Will you qualify for a Medicare-covered back brace or knee brace? There's only one way to find out.
Call the Back and Knee Brace Center at 800-715-5986. That's 800-715-5986.
Currently in our area, 54 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy skies, slight chance of a rain shower, high 59, winds light and variable. Tonight, rain, low 51, chance of rain 70%, rainfall around 1/4 inch. Monday, cloudy with morning rain, high 63, chance of rain 80%, rainfall around 1/4 inch. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Minutes for the top of the hour. Brand new video into the Weather Channel because you know what? It's not a good day to be driving in and around Dallas or much of Texas for that matter. Parts of the state have received more than 5 inches of rain today. This video shot near Interstate 30 near Cockrell Hill.
I wish we could say this video is sped up. But no,
you're right.
This is how fast the cars are driving. You need to back it off, okay? Back off the accelerator today. We're continuing to see the threat of some pretty big ponds of water on some of these roadways here, and even maybe some small streams out of the banks as well.
And it doesn't matter how big your car is. A heavy car will hydroplane just as easily as a smaller car. All right, a couple things to update you on. You know, we've had the tornado watch in effect until 1 o'clock that included San Antonio and Austin, but now we have this new part of the tornado watch extended to the east.
This goes all the way into the evening hours, 6 p.m. Central Time. This covers areas from, say, Houston up toward the Shreveport area. We're already seeing thunderstorms making their way into the Shreveport area. We had warnings out for that area, and we'll see another round coming into the Houston area later on.
All right, the yellow boxes where we have severe thunderstorm warnings, the red boxes, the tornado warnings, this still going right now for Point Cupid Parish out until 11 a.m. Central Time.
Yeah, and we see some rotation with this thunderstorm here right as it coming toward the Livonia area. And so we're going to track this off toward the northeast and look at the timeline here. By 11:04, look out around Allen. By 11:06, DuPont and Zion Traveler Church at 11:06 as well. These are areas that are right smack dab in the path of this rotating thunderstorm.
All right, so this is the point where when you've gotten the warning that you need to seek shelter immediately. So a big heads up to everyone in that red area in particular as we go through today and Nick tonight. So it's again Texas into Louisiana, but we have to keep an eye on Arkansas and into Mississippi. Mississippi.
This is not one of those situations where the thunderstorms, fire up during the heating of the day, then die down at night. We'll continue to see lines of thunderstorms and perhaps some discrete cells moving through as well that could cause a tornado.
And you have the modeling kind of picking up on that idea that, again, this area seems to be the spot as we get into the afternoon, but you can see the torrential rainfall potential here. Southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana, and as Nick mentioned, after the sun's gone down, you're still talking about some big thunderstorms in Louisiana and into Arkansas and Mississippi.
So we can't repeat it enough. You need to make sure you have a way to get those warnings even while you sleep. A tornado siren outside, you're not going to hear that.
Right.
That NOAA weather radio or the app on your phone right beside your bed to wake you up so your family can get to safety.
All right, talking about all the conditions in place, the available energy those thunderstorms can tap into, the rotating horizontal inflow to these thunderstorms holistically, that's on the high side in that darker area purple. Again, it's all overlaying in these areas where we right now have 8 out of 10 on the Torcon.
Yeah, and the 8 spreads eastward too into portions of Louisiana. We're going to see that in upper Texas coast, southern Louisiana, a 6 in 10 chance.
You don't let anything keep you sidelined. That's why you drink Ensure with 9 grams of protein and 26 vitamins and minerals. For the strength and energy to get back to doing what you love. Ensure, always be you.
Let me talk to you about retirement. A 401k is the most sound way to go. Let's talk asset allocation. Sure.
You seem knowledgeable, professional.
Would you trust me as your financial advisor?
I would.
I would indeed. Well, let's be clear here. I'm actually a DJ.
No way.
I have no financial experience at all.
That really is you. If they're not a CFP pro, you just don't know. Find a certified financial planner professional who's thoroughly vetted at letsmakeaplan.org. CFP, work with the highest standard.
What's the best way to get to
by mail? Whatever you drive a Firestone.
This is a pea, not something pretending to be a pea. That's slow roasted chicken, a carrot. You'll see them in every dish from Nutrish Recipe. Real chicken or beef is the #1 ingredient. There's no corn, wheat, or soy. Nutrish, real recipes, real ingredients, real good.
Introducing new Depend Real Fit briefs, now more breathable than ever.
In situations like this, there's no time for distractions. It's not enough to think I'm ready. I need to know I'm ready, no matter what lies ahead.
Get a free sample at depend.com.
Grilled burgers go great with Bush's baked beans. But if I'm feeling bolder, I go for Bush's grilling beans with steaks or chops.
Dude, I like this new wild side.
Bush's Beans. We've got a bean for you.
Please get to the lowest level.
We have a charge. We have a responsibility.
We have live team coverage tracking.
To provide information to people to help them stay safe.
This weather is affecting people and their relatives across the country.
Our team's taking you into the storm with live reports and expertise you won't get anywhere else.
We are scientists, we are meteorologists, and that makes a tremendous difference.
When it comes to a weather situation that warrants attention, we're the place to go. It's that simple.
Drivers going nowhere fast. Nick, in Fort Worth, Texas, high water accidents causing police to shut down the 820 freeway in Sun Valley.
This right on the southwest side, or the southeast side of Fort Worth, I should say, just west of Arlington. You hate to see that, but that's what high water will do, and that scenario could be repeated over the area, actually over much of eastern Texas today as well.
Oh, yeah, so first responders, emergency managers, they've got their hands full today.
Oh, yeah.
Just take it easy on the roadways, slow your roll, make sure that you're doing things that help the situation, not make it much more difficult. So we have the heavy rain potential for sure already with the flash flood watches posted in the green. Del Rio, we've seen it already. College Station, Dallas, over to New Orleans, Lake Charles, Alexandria, Jackson in some of those areas.
Yeah, you get the picture. This is going to be a tough area here on the roadways. We're going to watch those small streams maybe come higher as well. Watch those. If you're driving near a small stream, it might come out of the banks onto the road.
It's amazing, those Doppler estimates, over 7 inches near the Del Rio area.
7 inches. Oh, amazing to see that. That I believe was 1 month's worth of rain that fell in about 20 minutes, we're told. just amazing. It's not 7 inches in 20 minutes, but at least a lot of rainfall. This is when you get into trouble, okay? Just 2 inches, just 6 inches of water can knock you off your feet. That's not much.
Right, and 2 feet of flowing water can float a vehicle, so don't think that, oh, you know, it's up to the hubcaps, I'm good, that's enough. All right, and you can also have water flowing just at 4 miles per hour. So what is that? A nice jog has enough force to damage or destroy a home. Think of all of that stuff in the water too that adds momentum and power.
You want to stay out of that. And the Houston area is really prone to seeing this kind of flooding because it has abundant moisture coming from the Gulf of Mexico. It's got the you know, all of the concrete and steel around there. The urbanization limits the ability of the soil to absorb it, and it's flat and paved. Be careful around the Houston area today.
Come on. Can you believe this, cable guy? I took the day off for this. That's it. I give up. I'm taking a shower. Don't go! Don't go! Oh my goodness, I'm here! Seriously? An entire day wasted for this.
I hear you. Now let's change that.
Yes.
Stop waiting for the cable guy. Switch to Dish and get reliable 75-minute arrival windows. Dish, tuned into you.
Dish, tuned into you. Visit dish.com to learn more.
I thought I married an Italian.
Did the Ancestry DNA to find out I'm only 16% Italian.
So I went on to Ancestry. Soon learned that one of our ancestors was Eastern European.
This is my ancestor I didn't know about.
Meta Appetite Control. It's your glass of willpower that helps keep cravings far, far away. Feel less hungry with the natural fiber and clinically proven Meta Appetite Control from Metamucil.
About now.
Good, 100% whole grains, real chocolate chips. Quaker Chewy. Break out the good.
All right, tracking severe weather from Texas to Louisiana includes tornado watches posted, but also plenty of warnings.
We have upped our Torcons to 8 in some places. A big and high tornado threat through eastern Texas on into portions of Louisiana today.
All right, Nick Walker, Marie LaRosa here to take you through at least another hour here of live coverage of our severe threat, including active weather right now. So let's get right to it. And Nick, those boxes in yellow, those are the severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's first hit on this tornado warning, which again, a storm that we've been tracking over the last few hours as it came through Lafayette with large hail.
Yeah, Point Coupé Parish under that warning here. This is for the Fordosha area. You need to be in your safe place. Make sure that your lowest level of your home away from windows. There's some broad rotation associated with this thunderstorm, but there very well could be a tornado within this just to the north of Livonia.
And it could happen quickly, right? So we want to make sure you're prepared. So we've timed it out. Alan at 11:04. Falls River Regional, 11:13 in your area, the New Roads area, and that part of the Louisiana until 11:15, or near your area at 11:15.
Yeah, so we'll be watching Point Coupé Parish all the way back into Texas. We still have numerous warnings where we've had lines of thunderstorms coming across Interstate 35. Now they're mostly to the east of that area, but they've prompted warnings here to the southeast of Waco in portions of Falls, Milam, and Robertson counties.
It's not so much a less dangerous threat when you have these severe warnings. Want to kind of bring that to your attention because they could still be looking at winds at 60, 70 miles per hour and large hail. So with that, Corsicana, Ellis, and Navarro counties for you until 11:30 Central Time. Again, it's heavy rain, and we have our hail tracker on, and this is kind of an interesting sign that they're moving to the north fairly quickly and producing that hail all along the way. So we haven't really seen that diminish too much.
Yeah, bigger than quarter size, according to Doppler radar here, so that enough to do some damage to your car, also to your roof.
And if you keep your eye on the one spot in here, notice they're still seeing that heavy rain in that same spot, so flash flooding is a concern. No warnings in that regard here, but this severe thunderstorm warning for Nacogdoches, Rusk, and Shelby counties until noon Central Time.
Yeah, as you mentioned, there's been a lot of heavy rain with this, and dangerous lightning too.
Right.
You know, we're going to stay inside when these thunderstorms come. Don't go outside to get a look at them. Don't look for a tornado. You know, don't even look for any kind of wind. You need to stay inside a sturdy building. Look at the lightning coming through Shreveport right now.
Right, and you see that northward motion. That is the warm front too, making its nudge towards the north. So south of that boundary, it's not like you're in the clear. We still have all of the ingredients in place. Because of that, we have that tornado watch that's been extended to the east, including eastern Texas and Louisiana.
So all areas that you need to be on your guard for the next several hours. And we're talking about even an overnight threat in some areas too, for the possibility of even tornadoes. You need to make sure you get your warnings while you sleep.
Right. So the idea is that the conditions that we have in place are going to sustain all of that activity well after the sun goes down. So it's Dallas. You have a 3 on the Torcon, by the way. Into Jackson, we think timing there will be later this evening overnight.
Look at the timing here as we go through the noon hour and beyond that here Central Time. Dallas-Fort Worth continuing to get pounded with rainfall, more lightning, and the possibility of some damaging winds. And look at these thunderstorms in a big line here from northern Louisiana all the way back into southeastern Texas. Houston, you're not out of the woods yet, and not by any stretch of the imagination will be northern portions of Louisiana.
And look at that. We were talking about 3 o'clock in that area. How about midnight? And you're still looking at big thunderstorms going on also across southern Arkansas, and now it is northern Mississippi. That's why we have that 7 out of 10 on the Torcon for tonight and I should say late this evening and tonight.
It's not every day that you see all of the ingredients coming together the way they're doing today. The shear is high, the lift is high, the instability high, and of course we've got lots of moisture to work with.
And you know, you can have a combination and levels of all those ingredients and still get tornadoes, but this is something that really is kind of coming together. So available energy, kind of a fancy way of saying what can these thunderstorms tap into to keep them growing very tall.
Plenty, plenty of energy to get it going. And also rotation is going to be a big issue with a lot of these thunderstorms. So watch out for the tornadoes. This low-level rotation is over a widespread area.
All right, so we have 8 out of 10 right now on the Torcon. Eastern Texas, north and central Louisiana. That means 80% chance of a tornado within a 50-mile radius of that spot.
It's a 60% chance in the upper Texas coast and in southern Louisiana, and you push eastward, and you've got a 7 in 10 chance throughout all of western Mississippi.
All right, and so again, have a way to get warnings. We want something, we're kind of pushing that message. Have something that wakes you up because, again, this is going to be a nighttime threat for some of us. So let's dig into what today is going to be and how this is going to push into tomorrow. I mentioned Dallas with the 3 out of 10. It may seem low, but got to remember it's not 0, so keep the alerts on for the Dallas area, but also Houston, as you mentioned, a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, and even New Orleans, you know, on any other day, a 5 would be a big number.
Right.
But it is a big number, and we want to also make sure that you're prepared for tornadoes to come through your area too.
And one of those threats that goes along with all of this, again, something we've seen already, the Dallas area, the flash flooding. A lot of heavy rain coming down really quickly. So the flash flood watches up from Del Rio, College Station, Dallas, Alexandria, Lake Charles, into New Orleans and Jackson, on top of all the other threats. Want to make sure, turn around, don't drown.
Heavy rainfall coming through these areas, and watch those small streams too. I know it's tempting, especially for young people, to go out, you know, once the thunderstorms passes and say, oh, look at the fast-moving water. Keep your kids away. You need to stay away from it too, Mom and Dad. Make sure you don't go near those streams. They can be really rapid and take you downstream quickly.
And unfortunately, we see it all the time. People trying to drive through. You have no idea what's underneath that water, how deep it is. Please, please don't do that. Along with the wind threat, we have hail threat. Greater than an inch is enough to start doing some damage. And again, we've seen it already today with some sizable hail.
All right, we've got some possible rotation with this thunderstorm here in Nacogdoches, Rusk, and Shelby counties. This is moving off toward the northeast right now, and this warning until noon Central Time. A little closer look here. You know, we often like to look at the rotation, even in a severe thunderstorm warned storm, even though there's not a tornado warning, because, you know, these kind of storms can cause a tornado at any time.
All right, so if you're in these areas, stay away from windows into your room.
Crashing, hit a wall. Right now I need a miracle. Hurry now, I need a miracle.
The issues we care about can weigh on us.
I need it.
So lift the weight of caring by doing.
Yeah, I need you right now.
Visit statefarmsneighborhoodofgood.com to volunteer in your community.
How many ways can you make overnight oats? Make it sweet, make it savory, make it creamy, make it crunch, make it overnight. Make it yours with Quaker.
I have asthma, one of many pieces in my life. So when my asthma symptoms kept coming back on my long-term control medicine, I talked to my doctor and found a missing piece in my asthma treatment with Brio.
Once daily Brio prevents asthma symptoms. Brio's for adults with asthma not well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Brio won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Brio is specifically designed to open up airways to improve breathing for a full 24 hours. Brio contains a type of medicine that increases the risk of death from asthma problems and may increase the risk of hospitalization in children and adolescents. Brio is not for people whose asthma is well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Once your asthma is well controlled, your doctor will decide if you can stop Brio and prescribe a different asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Do not take Brio more than prescribed. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor if 24-hour Brio could be a missing piece for you.
Learn more about better breathing at mybrio.com.
More doing chores for mom per roll? More doing chores for dad per roll. More earning something you love per roll. Bounty is more absorbent, so the roll can last 50% longer than the leading ordinary brand. So you get more life per roll. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Whoa! You're not taking these.
Hey. You're not taking those.
Whoa. You're not taking that. Come with me.
You're not taking that.
You're not taking that.
You're not taking that.
Mom, I'm taking the Subaru.
Don't be late. Even when we're not there to keep them safe, our Subaru Outback will be.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
What makes me a weather geek, the fact that I love the weather, especially when it's hit me in the side of the face.
I'm gonna ride this one out, guys.
Be one of the thousands of weather geeks out there at weloveweather.tv.
It's amazing out there to me means, you know, just the beauty of what is around us. You know, a beautiful sunrise, waves crashing on the beach, enjoying that first snowfall of the season, watching a tornado spin in the plains of Oklahoma. And to me, that's what it's amazing out there is.
10 minutes past the hour here, an extended edition of Weekend Recharge, taking you to San Antonio this morning. Yes, There you go. The storm is there. Fast-moving line of thunderstorms dropped nearly 3/4 of an inch of rain between 9 and 10 a.m. And when it came down, it was coming down fast and furiously, and we still have heavy rain potential, but obviously tracking some severe storms right now. Those are the boxes in yellow. Those are the severe thunderstorm warnings. And a couple of areas we want to bring to your attention because the environment is such that you don't necessarily have to have the watch in place or a warned storm to have something develop. And we're hearing from some storm trackers in the area of Crockett, Texas, that's Houston County, north of Houston, that they've spotted a funnel cloud. And remember, a funnel cloud is not a tornado. A tornado is where that rotation has made contact with the ground. But some of the storm trackers are reporting that in this area they're seeing a funnel cloud. And sure enough, on the Doppler, when you turn on the velocities, there you go, just a hint of a rotation. And maybe short-lived, but regardless, you have this happening in an environment that is primed, that is ready to see the possible production of a shower or thunderstorm that's capable of producing a tornado. So technically no warning on that system right there, but just a heads up, that's the kind of situation that we're looking at. And again, it's not just today or tonight, it's also as we get in through tomorrow, keeping an eye on cities like New Orleans and Montgomery into Atlanta, those torcons of 5 and 6. And the timing is so important because, again, we're following so much happening right now, Nick, but we want to get everyone ready for today, tonight, and eventually tomorrow.
Yeah, it really is going to be an ongoing threat as these thunderstorms continue to push eastward with all of those threats we're talking about now, including tornadoes, damaging winds, and also large hail. Right now, we're looking at an area here from, say, Dallas and Houston, San Antonio and Corpus Christi, all the way eastward, Little Rock, Jackson, New Orleans. You're all in this threat area as we head through the rest of the day and even into late tonight. I want to show you what one model depicts the Doppler radar is going to look like in the coming hours. And notice the timeline here. As we get through the next several hours, we'll see one line of thunderstorms moving with the cold front moving eastward, and all of these thunderstorms here in northeastern Texas that we've already been dealing with kind of converging with that line. And so we'll continue to keep the threat very high into eastern Texas, on into portions of northern Louisiana, up into Arkansas as well as we get through the afternoon hours. Then, as we head into the nighttime hours, look at these thunderstorm cells that could pop up here in Louisiana. Look, I mean, they're really not going anywhere very fast, and so that's why the threat is alive, not only for the hail and damaging wind threat, but also for the tornado threat and the flash flooding threat, too. Could be some very heavy and prolonged rain with these thunderstorms as well. Houston, you're not out of the woods yet. Not really until tonight. The torcons are high today. We've upped them to 8 now for East Texas, North and Central Louisiana. We have a 6 right along the coast here of Louisiana and into Texas. And you move farther toward the east and you're talking about a 7 in 10 chance of seeing a tornado, particularly in western Mississippi. Thunderstorms already moving toward that area. We'll continue to keep a close eye on it. Also, very high winds. You know, even the winds are going to be high enough to cause damage, trees down, power outages. Be prepared for those. Maria?
All right, Nick, and we have a new tornado warning issued for Houston County. This is the storm that we were just telling you about. That is that cooperation of trackers on the ground giving that visual confirmation, and the National Weather Service just issuing that tornado warning. There you have the hint of the rotation right there within the warned area, the bright green and the bright red together. Tracking this to the north as it moves to the north near Grapeland at 8:17, Augusta at 11:17, Augusta at 11:25, Sardis Church, as this holds together, moving northward towards your area by 11:52. So if you are in this warned area, make sure that you're seeking shelter immediately. That is interior room like a bathroom or a closet or a hallway. Stay away from the windows and put as many walls between you and the outside. So this is all within an area that is primed for strong thunderstorms and tornadoes, with that tornado watch out from 1 p.m. across central Texas and into eastern Texas and Louisiana till 6 p.m. Central Time. All right, tomorrow we have to talk about what's going on, because a lot of what's happening right in this area will be coming through overnight and early, but also the tornado threat tomorrow. We have a 6 for southern Mississippi, Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle for tomorrow, so that tornado risk for Monday, but also a 6 out of 10 for much of Georgia, Alabama.
Where's Frank? It's league night.
Save money on motorcycle insurance with Geico going up the country, ball without me. Frank.
I'm going to get nachos.
Snack bar is closed.
Geico Motorcycle. Great rates for great rides.
Every yank of your tank is a tug of war. It's about time someone declared war on the tug. The Duluth Trading No Yank Tank. Stop yanking and get cranking. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
Cod extravaganza is here at Long John Silver's. Try our new coastal beer battered cod. It's all natural Alaskan cod dipped into a golden beer batter for a twist on a classic flavor. The choice is yours. Because at Long John Silver's, you deserve more.
Why is it we love superheroes? Maybe it's because they show up when you need them most and stay at your side through every step. When you don't know what to do next, we do. We're Service Master Restore, every disaster's worst nightmare.
Can tile fake you out? Well, that wood is actually tile. So's the brick and the marble. This is the next generation of tile. Get Montagna wood look tile starting at $1.99 a square foot. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
You don't let anything keep you sidelined. That's why you drink Ensure with 9 grams of protein and 26 vitamins and minerals. For the strength and energy to get back to doing what you love. Ensure, always be you.
It's amazing out there to me means, you know, just the beauty of what is around us. You know, a beautiful sunrise, waves crashing on the beach, enjoying that first snowfall of the season, watching a tornado spin in the plains of Oklahoma. To me, that's what it's amazing out there is.
Hi, I'm Ty Pennington. There are all types of home loans for all types of people. FHA loans, jumbo loans, VA loans, condo loans, and many more. Choosing the right mortgage could save you thousands of dollars. Guaranteed Rate has helped over 500,000 happy customers find the right mortgage with low rates. Go to rate.com right now to try Guaranteed Rate's easy, intuitive loan finder. Just answer a series of simple questions about your specific mortgage needs, and the intuitive loan finder's powerful decision engine will generate a customized list of the best loan products at the lowest rates for you, all in less than 60 seconds, and all for free. Guaranteed Rate is a top 10 national lender with over 95% customer satisfaction. So whether you're buying or refinancing your home, get a low rate from Guaranteed Rate today. Call 1-888-668-0066 or visit rate.com.
What makes me a weather geek, the fact that I love the weather, especially when it's hit me in the side of the face.
I'm gonna ride this one out, guys.
Be one of the thousands of weather geeks out there at weloveweather.tv.
The hour, we have a large area of the country that could be looking at that tornado threat. And we're talking about torcons that have been increased within the last hour.
It's an 8 now, an 80% chance of seeing a tornado. High numbers here. So really, in that red area, you need to be on your guard and have your plan in place, know where to go in case there's a warned storm for your area.
Right, College Station, Shreveport in that 8 zone. 7 out of 10, that includes Jackson, Mississippi. A particular concern, not only high on the torcon, but an evening and overnight threat there.
We've been having tornado warnings here for the last several hours here, and another one to talk about here in Texas. This, well to the north of Houston, and this, just to the west of Nacogdoches. This is in Houston County. This is near Crockett. Grapeland, you need to be on your guard too. This is an area that has seen a rotating thunderstorm, and actually storm spotters out there saw a funnel cloud with this.
They did, and remember, a funnel cloud's not in contact with the ground, so not technically a tornado, but at any point that could change. The Doppler is indicating and hinting at some rotation, so looking at the wind velocities where you have the bright red and the bright green together, that's showing us that there may be some rotation.
So here over the next several minutes, 11:22 in Augusta, Mound City by 11:24. We're also keeping a close eye on the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Warn storms off toward your southeast.
That's right. Dallas, a 3 out of 10 on the Torcon for today. But you know, for many, that threat will exist at the worst possible time in the overnight and early morning hours.
Yeah, you know, Stephanie Abrams looks at why it is time to plan right now for those.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
They are terrifying even in broad daylight. But when a tornado hits in the middle of the night, there's little time to think, let alone feel anything. Harrisburg, Illinois is a perfect example. A tornado struck in the early morning hours on February 29, 2012, killing 8.
Of course, we were sleeping, thinking, okay, we got to get up in the morning and go to work.
Alice Retzloff and her family survived thanks to her daughter. She had stayed up all night following the radar and warnings on TV.
She came in about 4:30 and said, okay, we got to get in the basement. It's headed for us.
Remaining vigilant overnight is the best way to stay safe. You can't rely on a tornado siren to jar you from sleep. Keep in mind, there is no national requirement for tornado sirens, and many areas don't have them. Being ready for this next severe system is critical, so go over your family's weather plan now. If you don't have a basement, be sure to seek shelter in a small, windowless, first-floor interior room like a closet or a bathroom.
So that's the threat, and it's a widespread area that will see a nighttime and overnight threat here across Texas and eastward.
All right, so the Torcons are out. They're high, 8 out of 10, eastern Texas, north and central Louisiana. That is an 80% chance within a 50-mile radius seeing a tornado there.
It's a 60% chance along the coast, the upper Texas coast, southern Louisiana, and a 70% chance in western Mississippi. This is going to be late in the day or even during the overnight hours. All the more reason to make sure you have a way to get those warnings even while you sleep.
All right, make sure they wake them up and make sure the kids know your plan and have a plan.
Exactly.
All right, so let's time it out, and this is an idea of what the radar could be looking like as 10 o'clock rolls around this evening and through northern Mississippi, Jackson, and back through some areas that are already seeing thunderstorms right now.
Yeah, and that's going to cause flash flooding problems. That's going to cause wind problems, and you could see those all the way into northern portions of Alabama during the nighttime hours.
All right, so let's kind of refresh the idea of a watch versus a warning. Important difference, right? So watches, when it comes to tornadoes, means heads up, watch out, conditions are favorable for severe thunderstorms, but also tornadoes.
Yeah, it makes sense. It means just what it says. Watch. You need to be aware of thunderstorms that could come into your area, so you're always watching for those.
Right.
The warning, that's something completely different, though. You've got something happening right now that you need to act on.
Exactly. So that's the time to take action and have that plan ahead of time, so it's almost like a natural instinct to just get going.
Exactly, yeah, good.
So keep that in mind as we get you through the next few hours in through tonight and tomorrow morning. It's cities like Lafayette, again, overnight, Baton Rouge towards the early morning hours, also into New Orleans. Not going to be an easy morning drive with those storm chance.
It really isn't. You know, there's going to be a lot of possibilities of water over roadways, or at least rain coming down in sheets that are going to make your morning commute kind of tough. And then, of course, we've got this beyond our time frame of today, even into tomorrow.
All right, so we've talked about New Orleans, a 5 out of 10 on the Torcon, time being the morning hours, but Montgomery, Alabama, too, a 6 out of 10 is what we're looking at right now for the afternoon.
5 in 10 chance here in the Atlanta area. I know that's going to make a lot of people sit up and take notice. 50% chance of a tornado in Atlanta, greater off toward your west.
All right, so that severe threat goes all the way to Charlotte, Asheville, Charleston, and Columbia tomorrow.
Liberty Mutual stood with us when a fire destroyed everything in our living room. We replaced it all without touching our savings.
Yeah, our insurance won't do that.
No.
You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
COD
cod extravaganza is here at Long John Silver's. Try our new coastal beer battered cod. It's all natural Alaskan cod dipped into a golden beer batter for a twist on a classic flavor. The choice is yours. Because at Long John Silver's, you deserve more.
Introducing Cologuard.
I'm here for an important reason. Colon cancer screening. If you're age 50 or older and at average risk, Cologuard finds cancer and precancer. And it's a non-invasive test you can use at home. In fact, I'm as easy as get, go, gone. How do you get me? Your doctor orders me, and I'm delivered directly to your doorstep. There's no need for time off or special prep because I use the DNA in your stool to find colon cancer. Then you just go. I mean, collect your sample. Then I'm gone. Just ship me to the lab. Gotta go.
Cologuard is intended for individuals at average risk for colon cancer. Cologuard is not for high-risk individuals, including those with a history of colon cancer or polyps, IBD, certain hereditary cancer syndromes, or family history of colon cancer. Cologuard, colon cancer screening that's as easy as get, go, gone. Ask your doctor if Cologuard is right for you.
Tomorrow's the day we'll play something besides video games.
Every day is a gift, especially for people with heart failure. But today, there's Entresto, a breakthrough medicine that can help make more tomorrows possible.
Tomorrow, I want to see Teddy make his first hook.
In the largest heart failure study ever, Entresto was proven to help more people stay alive and out of the hospital than a leading heart failure medicine. Women who are pregnant must not take Entresto. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren. If you've had angioedema while taking an ACE or ARB medicine, don't take Entresto. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high potassium in your blood.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna step out with my favorite girl.
Ask your doctor about Entresto and help make the gift of tomorrow possible.
It's amazing out there to me means, just the beauty of what is around us. A beautiful sunrise, waves crashing on the beach, enjoying that first snowfall of the season, watching a tornado spin in the plains of Oklahoma. To me, that's what it's amazing out there is.
Welcome back to this extended edition of Weekend Recharge. I'm meteorologist Maria LaRosa.
And I'm meteorologist Nick Walker, watching severe weather and torcons as high as 8, an 80% chance of seeing a tornado in portions of Texas eastward today.
All right, we have plenty of severe weather to deal with now. We're also going to take you through the rest of today and tomorrow. Let's first start with that tornado watch. That means a watch out, heads up. Conditions are favorable for tornadoes. This in effect for parts of eastern Texas and into central and northern Louisiana, including Shreveport, through 6 p.m. Central Time.
And the threat is already there. We've seen tornado warnings here already crop up in eastern Texas, portions of Louisiana as well. And we have tornado warned storms right here in to the west of Nacogdoches. This is in Houston County, Crockett, Grapeland. These are areas you need to get to the lowest level of your home, away from windows, away from outside walls. There is some rotation you can see with this thunderstorm. It looks like they've moved the warning just a little bit. The rotation, right on the edge of the warned area there. So as this moves off toward the north, you're going to find Augusta by 11:31 in this area. Mission Tejas State Park under that area at 11:40, and Rusk City Park by 12:13.
All right, so keeping an eye on that storm, but also don't want to ignore the severe thunderstorm warnings. Those are the yellow boxes, because here too we've had some hail, heavy rainfall, damaging wind threat. This one includes Falls, Milam, and Robertson counties in Texas right now near College Station.
So a lot of these thunderstorms are going to have not only the lightning you saw depicted, but also the chances of gusty winds and large hail, but also heavy rainfall. You know, look at this thunderstorm crossing I-20 right now. This one southward there around the Corsicana area, Freestone, Henderson, Navarro counties under that warning, and just to the north, that other one crossing I-20 could put down a lot of rain in a short amount of time.
And again, this is to the east of Dallas, and there's I-20 right there. So Canton, Grand Saline, and Van, you are in that warned area, but the rainfall rates, the Doppler's estimating more than 2.5 inches an hour. That is torrential, blinding rainfall that will be sure to quickly pond on the roadways.
And that's going to be blowing sideways with the possible gusty or damaging winds around this area. You might want to avoid that area here over the next several minutes as that thunderstorm passes over I-20.
All right, so we're already seeing the Doppler estimating over an inch of rain already in these areas over the last 3 hours. So it's a good amount of rain. Again, here's Dallas with that 3 on the Torcon, by the way. Here we've been watching this storm. Earlier had a tornado warning, now a severe thunderstorm warning. Panola, Rusk, and Shelby counties out until noon Central Time. This is moving to the northeast. So again, we've been talking about Carthage on the lookout. Lots of lightning, even in those areas that aren't warned. I mean, look at how this particular stretch of I-20 is just seeing repetitive heavy rainfall. And
just one after another, storms moving through the Shreveport area and northeastern Texas. So again, we've got that tornado warning there in Houston County. We could see not only tornadoes, but also hail. Look at the hail threat coming into northeastern Texas now.
Yeah, this is that storm that we were just talking about with all of that lightning. I believe that was part of the Shelby County warned storm. Hail estimated to be about an inch and a half, so you're talking about quarter size or so, and that's enough to start dinging up your car, putting some holes in your siding, and damage to your roof.
You want to stay indoors when these thunderstorms are coming through your area for sure, for so many reasons. And that threat is going to go through the day into tonight.
All right, so you see it all the way to the east here. Jackson, southern Arkansas, Little Rock, we need to give you the heads up as well. So this is a really detailed future radar. Keeping an eye on all of this. You see all the sort of spots here. That's the model, say, that might be the supercell activity, the ones that could produce tornadoes, but also keep an eye on the time frame here, right? So I've stopped it at 3 o'clock. You still have a lot of action through Houston and into Shreveport.
That's going to be a tough afternoon from southeastern Texas northward. And this is going to be a prolonged threat for a while here in Louisiana. We've got, as you mentioned, one storm after another coming through the Shreveport area, but much of Louisiana could see that very same thing all the way into the midnight hour.
That's right. So what makes it possible is that you have every ingredient on the table in play that makes that possible. When the sun goes down, you can sustain all of that. We call it slim, shear, lift, instability, moisture. It's all on the high category, so plentiful on all levels for all those ingredients.
And when you have the instability like this, these are the CAPE values, the convective available potential energy. You're going to find these thunderstorms, even as you mentioned during the nighttime hours, able to just pop up and continue to see a lot of lifting in the atmosphere.
So I'm going to kind of draw the different categories here. This is a low-level rotation. So now we're talking about what's flowing into those thunderstorms. That's rotating. You can see how all of this begins to overlap in some of those areas that we're actually talking about, those high Torcon values.
Eastern Texas, north and central Louisiana, an 80% chance through this evening. A 6 in 10 chance here in the upper Texas coast and into southern Louisiana. And you move farther toward the east, you're going to find a 70% chance in western Mississippi. You need to be on your guard, have your plan in place.
All right, and make sure your family knows about that plan as well. Okay, so we're going to hit some other cities today. We are talking about just showers and thunderstorms in Dallas right now. And a 3 out of 10, when you're talking about 8s on the Torcon, doesn't seem that impressive or anything to be alerted over, but it's not 0.
Anything above 0, you need to make sure that your entire family is ready and waiting and knows what to do or who to call when those thunderstorms come through. You want to make sure you can get to your safe place quickly.
All right, and we're talking that overnight threat. New Orleans, a 5 out of 10 on the Torcon for the morning, tomorrow morning.
And then, of course, we got the flood threat. Flash flood watches here extend from eastern Texas all the way across Louisiana, the entire state of Louisiana under a flash flood watch or some sort of flood alert. On into Mississippi, we're going to see not only flash flooding, but the high wind threat too.
Okay, so that is outside of any tornado. The regular severe thunderstorms can produce winds that are over 70 miles per hour. So that's why so much of eastern Texas, Louisiana, southern Arkansas, western Mississippi in that high category for wind risk.
And I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, it's not a tornado warning, it's only for wind, it's only for hail.
Right.
That only can encompass winds above 70 miles per hour. And hail, you know, the size of golf balls.
That's right, and we've already seen half-dollar size hail reported in some of these storms, and things are just kind of getting going. So big heads up today with the hail component of all of this. College Station, we've seen it, Shreveport. Again, think about some of the corridors too. You have I-10 and I-20 really going to be sort of that active zone through much of today on so many levels, on some of those, so many of those severe weather categories.
So, you know, the writing's on the wall. We're going to see tough weather here through eastern Texas, into Louisiana, throughout this afternoon, into tonight. You need to make sure you gather the kids together, make sure they know the plan of action.
All right, so stay with us because we are covering the severe weather that's happening right now. We'll take you through the rest of today, but we've got to talk about Monday and beyond and the severe threats there.
If you suffer from a dry mouth, then you'll know how uncomfortable it can be. But did you know that the lack of saliva can also lead to tooth decay and bad breath? Well, there is Biotene, specially formulated with moisturizers and lubricants. Biotene can provide soothing relief, and it helps keep your mouth healthy, too. Biotene, for people who suffer from a dry mouth.
Long live Spirit, and long live the truck with the strength to keep the faith. Ram, America's longest lasting pickups.
Now get 0% financing, or an average $11,506 in total values on the 2017 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
Scott 1000 knows there's no stopping America's families. So we made America's longest lasting roll. With 1,000 sheets, more than any other national brand, to keep on going, just like you. So keep on hugging, keep on playing, keep on smiling, keep on awesoming. With 1,000 sheets, we'll keep on going right along with you. Scott 1000, keep on going.
When you have digestive sensitivities, life can feel like a never-ending search for food that won't cause bloating, gas, or inner turmoil. Try ProNourish, a delicious nutritional drink that makes a great mini meal or snack that has protein and fiber. And ProNourish has no gluten or high fructose corn syrup and is low in FODMAP ingredients that can trigger digestive sensitivities. The search is over. ProNourish, nutrition you can feel good about.
Call you back. Is this my car?
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments,
This is ridiculous!
there's one of these.
Is this my car? What? This is ridiculous.
This can't be happening!
This can't be happening.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart. Shut up.
Shut up!
That's why State Farm is there.
What a day.
With car insurance for when things go wrong.
What a day!
But also here with car loans to help life go right. State Farm.
right, Tyler, Texas. Earlier this morning, you had the sounds of heavy rain, the pleasant sounds of wind chimes, and then that rumble of thunder. And thunderstorms continue across Texas right now. Heavy rain as well, all part of the system that's going to bring so many threats to so many for so long. So we want to talk about where some of those big thunderstorms are right now. We've been tracking severe weather since early this morning, hail-producing storms and even tornado warnings right now. Plenty of severe thunderstorm warnings to talk about, and including that tornado threat that will advance you through tomorrow as well. And you can see some of those cities we'll be watching. Let's get you to some of those situations right now. Tornado watch in red out until 6 p.m. Central Time, includes eastern Texas and into Louisiana. That, again, is for the possibility, the favorability of those showers and thunderstorms possibly producing some tornadoes. So the yellow boxes are the severe thunderstorm warnings, the red, the tornado warning. This is still out for Houston County until 11:45 a.m. Central Time. Earlier, there were storm trackers spotting a funnel cloud associated with this storm, so that could potentially at any point produce a tornado. Meanwhile, it is heavy rain we've been watching move through and past Austin, which is some great news, but I want to keep an eye on a few areas, and especially that time frame as well. So taking you into the afternoon towards this evening, what you're watching here is the model kind of depicting some of what we're thinking will be supercells and perhaps tornadic thunderstorms. But look at the heavy rain potential as we get into this evening and overnight. And I'm going to keep an eye on Alexandria. As we step the clock forward from 5, 6, 7 p.m. through the overnight, notice that region still looking at reds and yellows, at least according to the model. So if this verifies, we could be looking at hours and hours of rainfall in some of these areas, including in Alexandria, which is why we're so concerned about the flash flood threat. That could mean anywhere from a few inches of rainfall to maybe much, much more. So a lot of threats, Nick. Just one of them talking about the heavy rain, and it's not just today, but tonight as well.
There's not going to be a clear cutoff time that we're talking about. We're talking about this afternoon, into this evening, even into tomorrow as well. So let's talk about the areas that we still could see the possibility of hail, damaging winds, as well as tornadoes through the afternoon and evening. San Antonio and Dallas, you're still in that threat area. There could be another round coming into the Houston area. Little Rock all the way to New Orleans here by the time we get into tonight and into tomorrow. Jackson, Mississippi, you are in that threat area as well. Torcons are up. 8 in 10 chance of seeing a tornado within a 50-mile radius of northeastern Texas and east central Louisiana. A 6 here in upper Texas coast, the southern Louisiana coast, and a 7 in 10 chance of a tornado within a 50-mile radius of western Mississippi. All areas with very high torcons. So make sure you know your safe place in your home. Make sure that wherever you are, know where the lowest level of that building is and know to get to it when that threat comes. The threats also include, as Maria mentioned, not only tornadoes, but also the possibility of damaging straight-line winds. We could see it over a widespread area here from East Texas on into portions of Louisiana and Mississippi. A new tornado warning here for Shelby County. This in Louisiana, just to the south of the Shreveport area. Actually, it's portions of East Texas on into Louisiana. So we've got DeSoto and Sabine parishes and Shelby County in Texas under this warning. Huxley, Logansport are in this area. We are seeing some rotation, as you can see here, just on the southwestern end of that box. As this tornado continues, or this possible tornadic storm moves northeastward, we're going to see Campty by 11:53, it come toward you. North Toledo Bend Wildlife Management Area by 12:08, and by 12:33, the Trenton area. So we've got lots of threats ongoing right now, but the threats last into tomorrow, Maria.
Yeah, we want to give you a quick snapshot of some of the areas we're concerned about for tomorrow, and that includes cities like Atlanta, Birmingham, and Montgomery, Tallahassee to Charlotte by tomorrow evening. It's not just damaging winds and heavy rainfall, but tornado risk as well. We've got a 5 out of 10 for the city of Atlanta, 6 out of 10 on the Torcon for southern Mississippi and the Florida Panhandle.
When you're close to the people you love, does psoriasis ever get in the way of a touching moment? If you have moderate to severe psoriasis, you can embrace the chance of completely clear skin with Taltz. Taltz is proven to give you a chance at completely clear skin. With Taltz, up to 90% of patients had a significant improvement of their psoriasis plaques. In fact, 4 out of 10 even achieved completely clear skin. Do not use if you are allergic to Taltz. Before starting, you should be checked for tuberculosis. Taltz may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Tell your doctor if you are being treated for an infection or have symptoms, or if you have received a vaccine or plan to. Inflammatory bowel disease can happen with Taltz, including worsening of symptoms. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Now's your chance at completely clear skin. Just ask your doctor about Taltz.
Shop all makes, models, and colors in your neighborhood, all with worry-free ownership. Head to your neighborhood Enterprise car sales and let the people who buy more vehicles than anyone shift your thinking about buying your next one.
The beer that's as refreshing as refreshment gets. Meinenkugel's Summer Shandy.
What makes me a weather geek? The fact that I love the weather, especially when it's hit me in the side of the face.
I'm gonna ride this one out, guys.
Be one of the thousands of weather geeks out there at weloveweather.tv.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, or blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain or knee pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace or knee brace covered by Medicare at little to absolutely no cost to you.
Call 800-715-5986 right now to see if you qualify.
These professional-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, spinal disorders, stenosis, and other painful back problems. Our medical-grade durable knee braces are designed for those with osteoarthritis and general knee pain and weakness. Our accredited staff will handle all of the Medicare paperwork, and best of all, your braces shipped directly to your home for free. Will you qualify for a Medicare-covered back brace or knee brace? There's only one way to find out.
Call the Back and Knee Brace Center at 800-715-5986. That's 800-715-5986.
All right, 11 minutes for the top of the hour. Not a good day to be driving around Dallas, much of Texas for that matter. Parts of the state receiving more than 5 inches of rain today. This was shot near I-30 near Cockrell Hill, Dallas-Fort Worth, under a flash flood watch from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
You just need to back it off a little bit today. Slow your roll. You know, this is going to be an ongoing threat here, not only around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but also much of eastern Texas on into Louisiana. Heavy rain, just one of the many threats that we're seeing today with these thunderstorms.
Big cars, hydroplane as well.
Yep,
so,
that's right.
All right. We've got a lot of threats on the table right now, including the flash flooding and the heavy rain, but definitely that tornado risk that we're concerned about. Tornado watch out until 6 p.m. Central Time for eastern Texas and into Louisiana.
Already we've seen thunderstorms crop up in this area, some of which are warned right now for severe weather and even a tornado warning. Now, as this thunderstorm is getting ready to cross from Texas across the river on into Louisiana.
So it's Shelby counties, DeSoto and Sabine parishes. Some rotation indicated, we're trying to look to see where that might be, I guess right about there. But regardless, they've been high wind producers, even the possibility of some hail and obviously heavy rain too.
Yeah, this is embedded in a big area of a severe thunderstorm warning. So even into this Freeport area, we could see strong thunderstorms moving your way.
All right, timing it out, 11:54 near Campty. We've got 12:41 Central Time near let's see, CE Rusty Williams. We've got Mansfield at 1242.
So, you know, there's widespread areas where we could see damaging winds in addition to the tornadoes. Look at this thunderstorm that's crossed Interstate 20 now. Van Zant County under a warning here just off to the west of Tyler. We had a picture of the wind chimes there around Tyler blowing around in the wind. You could see more of that.
All right, so it's a big system and still a lot of big impacts that have yet to come, so we want to make sure you're prepared. This is in addition to our severe weather outlook, that area in pink where the Storm Prediction Center has put out and said, you know what, greater risk of severe weather in that particular area.
This is area you need to hunker down here in eastern Texas, northern Louisiana. Make sure you've got a safe place to go if a life-threatening warning is moving your way, or a life-threatening storm that is warned for tornadoes or damaging winds.
And keeping in mind, this may not necessarily be due to the activity that's happening now. We still have that potential through the day today. All right, and speaking of later today, a 7 out of 10 for western Mississippi today on the Torcon. Definitely thinking that it's this evening overnight threat for all of you. High Torcons today, as the radar depiction here on the future radar is showing all these little discrete cells that could be supercell thunderstorms, and that could produce tornadoes all the way through the evening. And I don't know if you've noticed here, right around Alexandria, the potential for several hours of very heavy rainfall. Very concerned about that flash flooding. All of the ingredients in play today for all kinds of threats.
Want to take all your favorite shows to all your favorite places? Do you ever watch shows on the go?
Yes. With the Xfinity X1, you can download your favorites from anywhere. On demand, your DVR. Oh, that's wonderful.
You can even stream top networks and live sports on the go. I'm sold. I like this. This is awesome.
So how do you feel about DirecTV? Now I feel like I'm left out now. Well, come, be included. I'm definitely going to switch.
85% of people prefer Xfinity X1 to their current TV experience. Get a great offer on an X1 triple play from Comcast. Click, call, or visit an Xfinity store today.
Let me talk to you about retirement. The 401k is the most sound way to go. Let's talk asset allocation. Sure.
You seem knowledgeable, professional.
I'm actually a DJ.
No way.
That really is you. If they're not a CFP pro, you just don't know. CFP, work with the highest standard.
I want the most out of my health and life, so I trust Nature Made vitamins. Because they were the first to be verified by USP for quality and purity standards, and because I recommend them as a pharmacist.
Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
Sometimes, the only difference between a moment that fades from memory and a moment that stays with you forever is where it happens. That's why we're proud to help families like yours live a lifetime of memories on beautiful, healthy lawns. Live like it's spring. Make life better with a beautiful, healthy, True Green lawn.
Quaker knows morning snacks should be full of delicious ingredients. That's why we made Quaker breakfast squares with our hearty oats, sweet fruit purees, or creamy peanut filling to help fill you up. New Quaker breakfast squares.
Cod extravaganza is here at Long John Silver's.
Try our new coastal beer battered cod. It's all natural Alaskan cod dipped into a golden beer batter for a twist on a classic flavor. The choice is yours.
Because at Long John Silver's, you deserve more.
You don't let anything keep you sidelined. That's why you drink Ensure with 9 grams of protein and 26 vitamins and minerals. For the strength and energy to get back to doing what you love. Ensure, always be you.
Weekend Recharge is... It's just a thing. I don't know.
Weekend Recharge, great place to learn something about the weather and to have a couple of laughs. We got a cold stretch. Hey!
We forgot to pay the bill.
Whoops!
That just got weird. Sort of the Weather Channel's way of dialing it back.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a lot of fun.
Drivers going nowhere fast here on the southeast side of Fort Worth, Texas. Portions of I-20 here closed as a result of high water.
And this is going to be a concern all day long with the potential for heavy, heavy rainfall. Definitely have to take it easy on the road. We actually recommend just sitting tight today because we have active weather all across parts of Texas. into Louisiana, and of course later today, Mississippi, Arkansas.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on.
If you don't have to go anywhere, you know, at home's going to be the best place for you. And make sure that once you're home, you know where to go in case a tornado warning comes your way. Lowest level of your home, away from windows.
All right, we're going to have you covered here today at the Weather Channel for sure. We have that flood threat, as you saw, from Dallas, College Station, Shreveport, Alexandria, Lake Charles, New Orleans, and Jackson. We've already seen some of these storms producing rainfall rates of over 2 inches an hour. That adds up quickly if you have thunderstorms going over that same region.
And you can get flowing water out of this very easily. 6 inches of flowing water is going to knock you right off your feet. 2 feet of flowing water, well, that's going to you know, float your vehicle, and unfortunately, too often it just floats it away downstream.
The problem is it doesn't take 2 feet. I think it's about a foot by the time your car stalls. So then you lose control completely. So please do not attempt to drive through water. We see it way too often. Talk about flowing water. Only about 4 miles per hour of water flow has enough force to damage or destroy a home. And we always say, you know, you don't know what's in there.
Yeah.
It's carrying all kinds of debris, and that carries momentum.
It's the force of the water, obviously. And we're talking about the greatest risk of strong thunderstorms here into eastern Texas and into Louisiana today. An 8 on the Torcon in this region.
All right, we also have right now a 6 out of 10 for the upper Texas coast and southern Louisiana, but also a 7 out of 10 as we get through this evening and tonight for western Mississippi.
Stay tuned. We got one more thing to tell you about. We'll outline some of the active storms right now before we call it.
Hey, bud, you need some help?
No, I'm good. Come on, Mom. I have to go.
We always trusted our Subaru Impreza would be there for him someday.
Hey, that's it.
We just didn't think someday it would come so fast.
See you later, Mo.
Introducing the all-new Subaru Impreza, the longest-lasting vehicle in its class. More than a car, it's a Subaru.
Hello, I'm an Idaho potato farmer, and I finally found our big Idaho potato truck. It's been touring the country telling folks about our heart-healthy Idaho potatoes, America's favorite potatoes, and donating to local charities along the way. But now, it's finally back home where it belongs. Aw, man. Hey! Wait up! Where you going? Here we go again.
Do you feel that? That's the feeling of awe. And the sense of calm as it washes over you, leaving you to just sit back and enjoy. Let all your travel worries drift away thanks to 24/7 help with the Travelocity Customer First Guarantee. Travelocity. Wander wisely.
We are continuing to watch a tornadic threat from eastern Texas on into portions of Louisiana. Severe storms abound in this area and will continue to be a problem as we head through the afternoon hours. New tornado warning here as the cell that we were warned earlier on seems to be taking a turn a little bit more toward the northeast. DeSoto Parish in Louisiana, Panola and Shelby counties in Texas under warnings here. Joaquin, Logansport among the cities that are in this warned area as this thunderstorm continues to push off toward the northeast. A little bit of rotation being depicted here on Doppler radar. So there very well could be a tornado with this or one that could be forming very, very soon. You need to get to shelter here in this area. Logansport at 12:11 is when that storm should come through. Funston at 12:21, Cool Springs School at 12:22, and Longstreet at 12:27. So all of these areas, you need to get to your safe place and do it now. Act fast. Don't delay here, as this is a tornado-warned storm. We have numerous warnings on storms here from, say, the Dallas area all the way down to east of Austin, as we have abundant lightning with this and the threat of damaging winds, the threat of hail, as well as the threat of very heavy rainfall that could cause ponding of water on roadways and small streams to rise out of the bank. Turn around, don't drown. You're going to need to remember that adage today if you're going to be out at all. And we advise maybe that's not even a good idea, because look at the timeline here. As these thunderstorms continue to push eastward, all these little discrete cells here could be depicting the possibility of supercell thunderstorms. Thunderstorms that could cause not only damaging winds, but also some tornadic threats. Okay, a tornado is possible here all the way from eastern Texas into Louisiana today. We'll follow this into tonight with an overnight threat all the way into Louisiana and Mississippi.
In the sunny southern town of Augusta, Georgia, a dark legend looms.
Some people believe that if you touch it, you'll die.
An old stone column, once a part of a thriving marketplace, is now an artifact of evil.
It's right out of the Old Testament. Divine sanction that wipes out entire races of people.
This story tells of an otherworldly element that blows into town.
It touched down a little after 1 a.m. in the morning. That's when the devastation took part.
And settles in the only remaining relic of the storm.
Since that point, people have tried to move or touch the pillar and have died.
You are all doomed!
And the good people of Augusta are left to cope with its curse for years to come.
And when the men tried to move the pillar, both were struck by lightning and both died.
Every day I'd wake up and I'd get a fever. And it got so high, a couple times I started hallucinating.
I believe my grandfather died.